my Lincoln Viking 3350. It's a Series 3s. I did a previous video about me trying out this Lincoln helmet, and it's a few years old, but it's you know, I showed in there, I actually used my phone, which is still my camera, by putting it inside and trying to show how it looks through the lens welding. And I just did it with stick welding at the time, but I'm taking this welding class at night to learn TIG welding. Like I said, I've done stick and MIG welding for over 30 years, but it was all on the job training. I'm not certified, I'm not anything like that, but I just did it for a long time. Taught how to learn all the mistakes the hard way, and did a lot of welding. Worked at welding shops. I learned on the job. Used to weld 3-inch pipe together and drive it in the ground, fixing sinkholes. But anyway, I never did learn TIG welding ever, and I want to get a TIG machine, but I didn't want to buy one until I learned how to use it, and so I knew what I was getting into. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, if you can, weld with a torch, you can weld with TIG." Well, that's a lot of similarities, yes. But when it gets down to the type of tungsten, the type of gas, the type of settings, aluminum versus stainless and steel, I guess the same. Don't even know about the odd metals like copper and that. But we're learning in this class, we're learning TIG welding, and 2 nights a week. I wanted to just show how clear this TIG welding is. I always weld at 10 settings, 10 on my shade. And I bumped up to an 11, and it's still, even without a glass cup on the torch, it still is as bright as can be. Sometimes I'm wondering if my lens is even turning on, and of course it is. So I tried my best, honest. When you got a camera and you're sitting in a cubicle with, we got these concrete cubicle things with a little protective curtain in front of it, it's dark, and a little bulb that's in a glass jar that's about a 20 watt or something. And we got a little metal plate down here, and that's on the stand, and then it's not enough machine for the machine. We got these large Miller microwave, micromatic, micro something, I don't know, they're large and old TIG machines. And so you have to go outside, change the settings, come back in, and the leads are just coming into your little room there. And literally, it's like from here to here. I mean, it's maybe 4 foot by 3 or 4 foot. I mean, that's all you got. And it's all center block walls. So I tried to show what this is going to be like by torch welding. In there, I had nothing to hold the camera but my face, basically. I slid the camera in here, and I bent over and I put on the mask, and I had just enough. I couldn't even see through the viewfinder. My head was just too close, and it wasn't good of the camera, the back of the camera. And so I had just a sliver like this of lens on the side next to the camera when blocking, and so I could just basically look out the side and try to see where I'm at. And first I just was trying to hold the camera and the lens and just do it. I forgot the term for it now already. Maybe I can write it up here somewhere. But just do that where you don't use a filler rod. You just basically go across. And so I was just had some aluminum there. We were doing mild steel, and then last week we started. Anyway, we started aluminum. And I don't know when this is going to show. So we've been doing aluminum 3 or 4 times now. And so we've been cutting out 1/4 inch out of a big sheet. We cut out 1/4 inch, and we cut out some about 4.5 by 4, 4.5 square, just whatever size. And we just sit there running. Of course, we start out with no filler rods, just running, and lines all flat. And then we started adding filler rods, and I started doing horizontal, and started doing lap welds, and started doing verticals, and eventually tried an inside weld on vertical. I tried an outside corner bead. And I need more practice on that, but I mean, the flat stuff and the angle stuff, it's not too bad. When I'm doing the lap welds, I'm having a little bit, you know, it just, because you sit there and watch that arc just work back and forth, and I'm getting in there. Once I kind of get going, usually it's the first little bit, I'm struggling, heating both sides, getting it to connect, and then I dab it in there, heat both sides, get it to connect. And then I guess it gets hot enough, of course it's pretty hot anyway because it's aluminum, and then it just starts ripping. No. And I'll try to stick a picture in here of just my conglomeration. I take and weld a flat piece, and I add a piece this way, then I add a piece this way, then I add on here, and then points, and just for practice. It's all just as much practice as I can get for 3 or 4 hours at a night, every 2 nights a week. But anyway, I stuck that in there, and then one time I laid the foam sideways across here, which it kind of hit here, and put some videos. So the videos are not great, and but when I did it sideways, it freed me enough, it held in there good enough and freed me enough, I could actually do it as a filler rod. So you'll see some without a filler rod going in, you see some with a filler rod. It's not great. It's not as good as what I'm seeing when I'm using it. So what you see is not as good as you'll see with it if you had it. But it's the best I can do with my limited capabilities. I mean, you know, I'm just trying to show you what I can do with this hood. And I'm sure there's a lot better places out there to do that. So anyway, here's the videos. And like I said, some were without filler, some with filler. And then just give you an idea what is going on, what it looks like. So y'all have a blessed day, and here they come.